Hello YouTube, this is Anna from the Free AV channel and welcome back for a next update in my stash. Today is going to be part 1 of my Russian and Ukrainian designer kits. I don't know which one's Ukrainian. There's one brand, I don't know if the Ukrainian or Russian, so it's not on purpose, guys. I genuinely have no idea. I'm going to show just 2 brands and I'm going to leave the rest. No, 3 brands, and I'm going to leave the rest for the second part of the Russian-Ukrainian kits. So without further ado, I have one kit by the brand PANNA, and again, that's what I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether Ukrainian or Russians. I think they might be Ukrainian. Pretty sure they must be Ukrainian. And I did not buy this design. It was a gift from my mom. My mom has 2 cats and a dog, and I swear she loves the dog more than she loves both cats combined. So she gave it to me, and it is filled in with the item, and it has pre-cut cotton floss. And I don't know what they are because I have never stitched this particular brand. I'm afraid to open them because I think as soon as I open, it's just going to break. But basically, it's called Lady with a Dog or Madam with a Dog. And I don't even know, they don't even tell you what style. Oh yeah, they do. I do apologize. So it's going to be 13 by 20.5 centimeters. There are 26 colors of the actual cotton threads and 2 different colors of beads, and designer by Natalia Молодецкая. So I think she's one of the chief designers. And the fabric they have is by Gamma, which is a Russian brand, and it's count 16. The beads are by Czech company, so they must be good, but I'm not sure about the embroidery. I think the embroidery threads themselves come from Gamma. I have never stitched anything by Gamma, and I have never stitched Pannă, but yes, if you look at the website, it says Runo, so they must be Russian. I have no idea. The second brand I have is Zolotoe Runo, or Golden Fleece, I think it's on soon, so, but I bought them in Russia. This my mom bought for me as a gift because I have seen this stitched and I really liked it, and it's called The Taste of Childhood, of Вкус детства, and it's number CM or CHM 034. I think it stands for Чудесные мгновения, like a wonderful moments. It's serious, they do, and that looks like my childhood. So when I saw this stitched, I was pretty enthralled. I really wanted it. And I know that Golden Fleece, they package everything with Madeira threads, so it's 100% cotton, and they used Zweigart item. This is stitched on count 16. Zweigart, it's a full coverage piece, it's pretty large, and when finished, it is, I can't see in the side, 38.2 by 33.7 centimeters, so 15.2 inches by 13.4 inches. It uses 44 colors of threads and 1 color of beads, and I'm going to show you up close. You can see it's white beads. I think they used to imitate the snow. Taste of Childhood. It's pretty large and it comes on 6 pages of chart. I love black and white chart, and I really would like to start this sooner rather than later, because to me this is my childhood. It does remind me of the past. I have to say it's wonderful. Then I have 3 more designs by the same brand, Zolotoe Runo. This one is called City Rainbow, and this is St. Petersburg at the back. To me, that looks like St. Petersburg, but for all of it could be any European city. But St. Petersburg is known for unpredictable weather. It's like London, it just rains a lot. And it's based on a picture by Leonid Efremov. This particular Russian brand of cross-stitch kits, they do a lot of charts based on his paintings. and he is Russian Jewish, Ashkenazi Jewish painter who, after the collapse of Soviet Union, immigrated to Israel, and he lived there for several years trying to succeed as an artist. I think he then moved to the United States, and he does have several exhibitions. And he doesn't paint with a paintbrush, he paints with the that escapes me now, this metal triangular, like with a palette knife. I know how it's called in English, palette knife, but I have no idea how it's called in Russian. With a palette knife, with obviously the really thick pigmented oil paints, and all of his work is really, really vibrant, and I love his style. I have, so the 3 kits I'm going to show all based on his work. So this is City Rainbow, Городская радуга. The kit number, if you're interested, it's from a City Motifs. So City Motifs, городские мотивы 0.19. And the designer who chatted it based on his work is called Safonova Nadezhda. So this is here. So it's also kitted with Zweigart, Ida, and Madeira. To tell you what is actually used, it uses 56 colors. There are no beads. It's size 16 Ida, and the finished size is 12.7 inches by 10.2 centimeters inches. That's really, really nice. Same designer based on the same artist works. This one, Romantic Walks, Romantic Walking. It's a couple walking together under the rain in September or early October. I love Indian summer, just finishing, going into this golden fall when you have all the foliage. And to me, again, this looks like St. Petersburg. Like, or, to be honest, it looks like Cambridge. If you go, sort of, not the Parker's Place, but Jesus Green, it would look like this. And I really like this, and I would like to stitch it because it reminds me of me and my husband. I know a lot of people who stitched it say the same. It reminds me of them and their husbands. Size 16 count Zweigart. How many colors does it use? 62 colors. There are several Russian YouTube channel bloggers who have done this piece. It's pretty large, but it's beautiful. Just look at the colors. So obviously not all of them, but just part. It's beautiful. And then the last but not least, by the same brand, again, same artist and the same woman who charted them, is this piece. It's called Sailboat, and I think this is now out of discontinued. I bought this myself in Russia 2 years ago when I went to St. Petersburg for 14 hours when we sailed from Finland, and we sailed on Sigma 38 Kestrel boat, which old boat which used to belong to the Cambridge Yacht Club. We have now retired her because she's just, the hull has been damaged way too far, and the insurer said it's just easier to scrap her. But she looked exactly like this. This to me is Kestrel, and this is just a sweet memory of that trip, of that sailing trip. And if I'm gonna start anything by that brand, Zolotoe or Runo, this will be the piece I'm gonna start. I love this. My husband loves it. He's just constantly asking me to stitch this. It is using 59 colors of Madeira. The finished size is 15.5 by 12.8 inches on 16 count. For all of those kits, I will be swapping the fabric. As you know, my preference, I don't like it. But the Zweigart, I mean, this Ida is really good quality. Zweigart is good. So I'm not going to throw it. I'm going to just give it to my mom or keep it for cards because I might do cards and need them. So that's it with the golden fleece. Everything else I'm going to show you is by Riolis, and I have 2 types. Some of that you already seen in my recent hauls. I have never stitched Riolis, but I know people swear by it. It's really, really good quality. And I have 2 sets of kits, some with cotton, some with wool. I'm going to start with cotton, and I'm going to start with the kit, which is kind of a separate subsection of Riolis. It's their premium collection, and I have shown you in my haul. It's the old edition, so it comes with a palette with all the cards. They are using uncut cotton, and they are using Zweigart. And this is called Madame Manet, or the wife of Claude Manet. And And I wonder if it tells you. I'm pretty sure I told you last time. Yes, so the person who has done the chart is Alexander Gusarova, and the finished size will be 24 by 30 centimeters. It's pretty large, and if you're interested in buying this, I bought this on crossville.ru, and they ship internationally, but you can buy it on eBay. There might be some other Russian shops who sell this, I don't know, but the instructions come in Russian, English, German, French, Spanish, and Italian. And this is just the close-up of the finished work and the 3 other designs that are in the same series. It looks like it is stitched on size 16, but I simply cannot find on the outside, and I have not opened it yet. No, it's size 14, 31 colors. Looks really nice. I then have this design, also by Riolis. This is the now regular collection. It's design number 1396. I bought it at the same place. Uses Swigert and uses anchor threads. It's really large, as you can see, 60 by 50 centimeters. I know several people on Russian YouTube are stitching this, and this is proven to be a mammoth project. They give you the palette and the rest of the threads, the common skeins, so you have to sort them. The modern edition, Riolis celebrated 20 years this year. They now move into this bobbin, the cotton bobbin ones, but I bought this last year. Zweigart, I'm gonna try to find the size. This is size 14 Zweigart, and using 16 colors only. So all of this gorgeous design, full coverage, is stitched using just 16 colors. I think it's remarkable. Can't be 16 colors. There must be something wrong. Yes, it is. This is special kit. It uses 14 colors of wool and acrylic blend yarn and 16 colors of cotton. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to show it up close so you can see all of this is wool and all of this is cotton. It's giving pretty amazing results. It must be slightly fuzzy. They give you the needle, and Riolis, they really like to stitch using color charts. I'm going to show you the chart actually. You can see it still has a tag, and then I have scissors. So let's open this because it comes with, I'm not going to sell it, I'm definitely going to stitch it. So just broke the seal. It comes in a zipper bag, which I think is a very handy idea. I'm not going to show the chart up close for legal reasons, but I'm going to show like this. This is how the chart looks like. It's colored. And the quality of the paper, I think it will start creasing really quickly. So if I was to stitch this, I do the color working copy. So the wool comes in those little skeins, and the cotton comes in those. Those are anchor, but it's anchor for Riolis to work together. And this piece of Zweigart, I have to say, is really big. So yeah, you can see better now. All of this is wool. You can see slightly fluffy. It's not as fluffy as Whisper, but it is fluffy. And those are anchor. And I never had any issues with anchor washing it, because I have a feeling if I stitch this project, it will need a bath. It will just be humongous. My husband really would like this to be done. He says, I don't stitch. You see pattern there. So it's based on a work on a painting by Pierre-Auguste Renoir called The Square of Trinity in Paris. So with the way they done in the English translation, they say the Troitsky Square. No, Troitsa is Trinity in Russian, so it's a Trinity Square, Paris. And because it's Renoir, I'm assuming it's late 19th century, sort of 1860s. 1860s, 1865. Yep. You can just see the style of impressionism in the sky. I think it's really well charted. Do love Renoir. there is a very similar design. I think it's part of the same exhibition he painted, which is displayed in Hermitage in St. Petersburg on the third floor. Third floor? Yes, third floor, because you go up practically to the attic. The last one in cotton is this one. And I bought it last year because I do like stocks. They are cute. And do they have an English name? No. It just tells you that number of the skit is 0.0028. I don't know what RT stands for. It's 30 by 40 centimeters. It uses 14 count Zweigert Ida, which already has a print. So what we see with the snow, it's already printed on the fabric, so it's not supposed to wash it. And you use 20 colors of anchor. And the designer is Alexandra Gusarova, so it's the same woman who's done this, who charted this one. And again, they give you anchor in little skeins, and they give you color pastel. And unfortunately, that's it. Like, I don't know who is it. She's probably original artist, not just the woman who done the charts. She's original artist. It's her work. Pretty. Rest of the kits by Riolis are done on Zweigert linen using wool. So you have seen this in my recent haul. It's design number 1551. I wonder if it's no, it's Galina Skabeva. It's count 14, 18 count of wool, and one color of actual anchor, and you use 2 wooden pieces. Haven't opened it, not gonna open it because I'm gonna show you why I can't open it later. But can you hear it? It clinks, so it has wooden pieces, and it uses this Ida, which looks more like linen. So I was thinking of substituting, but the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking I'm gonna just keep it the way it is. I love this red, dark red colors in wool. Just look, to me this is June. Oh, we have strawberries outside just coming out. It's a fight, it's a constant fight with squirrels to have them. And there is a matching design by the same designer, Galina Skabeva. 23 colors of wool, 1 color anchor, 2 wooden hangers given, 14 count, and they're absolutely identical in size when finished, so you can display them side by side if you choose to. 2 little pull-ups. So I think this came first, so you can see in the sequence it has number 1550, where this one is 1551. I mean, look at this purple. Look at the purple. This is just asking you to stitch it. Then I love lilacs. So I've shown you this before. It is done by the same woman, Galina Skabeva. It only uses wool, 17 colors, and it's done on count 10 Ida. And it is really large, and the holes are really visible. So I am thinking, sorry, I just took a shower. I am thinking that I will substitute this for count 20. Look at this. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. This is May. Just imagine after the winter, finishing this, putting this on the wall. This just brings you right ready for May. And this is design number 1533. So it's very, very close to this one. They only have one design between them. Pretty much, no. This can be. I'm tired. This is 1551. This is obviously 1533. Yeah, same woman. Must be serious. It's called Satvari Samad, so they are listed under the same category. Right, and the last but not least, but it's the first kit I have bought by Riolis. Design number 1306. It doesn't have a name. Again, it's going to be 26 by 38 centimeters. I think it's a Parisian scene. And this one I opened. That's why I don't want to open them, because it's unsealable. So I'm going to show you what's inside with this. In Russia, they have this thing. for ethnicity. They give you this little thing, and it says the woman who packaged it, her number is 17, like a worker number 17. It's stitched on either by Zweigart, but it comes from the middle, so it doesn't have the line, but it has a needle. The needle is pretty decent, so you can see the size. It's definitely Zweigart, like it feels like it. Then in the middle, this is not good, guys. I'm going to show you really quick. This is the chart, which is like has instructions in the reverse, and this part of the chart comes on the backing of the original picture, so I can show you the picture up close. I have seen it stitched, and I have seen it stitched on linen, so they swapped the fabric, and I have to tell you the one on linen was way more delicate. And then they give you an ad for more designs by them, and I have seen this partially stitched. It's quite pretty. This one I'm not wild about because the sky looks a little bit blotchy, and same for this. I mean, look at this up close. You can feel that the sky is done like painting by color. That's same style. It just doesn't have the details I would like to see in my design, but I will stitch it because I have purchased it. They give you the palette with the colors. Again, you can see it's wool. It's really soft, acrylic or not. I think it's 50% acrylic, 15% natural fiber. The colors, look at the teal and the lilacs, look at the orange. It's gorgeous. And those ones, look, they're so cute. They're tiny. Look at this. It is beautiful. And it must be very easy to stitch. Pink, like a coral pink. This would be amazing in a lipstick. I love greens, and they'll give you a whole series of greens. This gentle foxy orange is really nice. So again, I would love to stitch this. I would love to stitch all of them. I don't regret buying any of them, but they take time. So I don't know, in terms of Riolis, I will probably stitch this one first because A, I'm quite curious to try the wool. Never stitched with the wool. B, I have opened it. It's my only open kit, so it's better be stitched before something else. And I will do the working copy of this so the chart doesn't get destroyed. But yeah, this is all I have with regards to my first batch. So everything by Zolotoe, Runo, Riolis and Panna. I still have some designs by Erto. I still have Mereshka. I have Le Petit Mimi. It's a self-published Russian designer. It's a kit, but she's now discontinued her kits. She has an Etsy shop, so next time I show it, I'll link it. And what else do I have? I have something else. Really nice designs, but I keep forgetting the brand because it's relatively new. So I'll show it next time. And another thing is, I have a migraine. So I look decent because I put makeup on, so I wouldn't scare you. And we had a due early in the week, and I just don't have enough sleep. So I've cancelled my participation in DVs, which means I'm staying at home and sleeping. So I'm probably going to sleep as much as I can for Saturday, but I will have some stitching done. And I went back after shooting the Sunday video with you guys to the sampler, and I've done a couple more letters and one large letter with the princess. So I will work on it, and I think I'll come back late on Sunday just to show you more progress on this piece. This week has been a killer. It's been tough. It's been tough. All changing, new classes, new timetable. It's been hard. But I'll try to do some stitching and come back so that meets to late afternoon, maybe evening, because it takes forever to upload, with my regular weekly update on a Sunday. And I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching and happy stitching.